Hello everyone, good morning. Please confirm anyone, can you hear me? Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, fine. So today I'm going to show you the best related things under flow, and also the we consider like the best speaker, or we consider the community speaker, Subham Bhardwaj. It's a special guest in this group, and welcome to my like Salesforce Chanpur community group. And we will start our session within 1 minute. So before starting, we have like special guest Subham Bhardwaj. So let me introduce first of all. So myself is Rohit Kumar. I'm a Salesforce developer proficient. I'm a community speaker. I have a 4x Salesforce certified and 1x Copado certified DevOps engineer, speaker and blogger all about Salesforce. And I'm a YouTuber. You can follow me on my YouTube channel Salesforce Hunt, and the Facebook page Salesforce Hunt, and all the social media handles. My website salesforcehunt.online. So this is all about like a short introduction from my side. And now this is our special guest in our event, Subham Bhardwaj. So Subham Bhardwaj having like Salesforce admin and Salesforce developer. He's working like as a work, and he's community speaker and YouTuber also. And it is a good speaker. We consider like as a good YouTuber, and is having like YouTube channel Salesforce Geek. So you can also subscribe and support Salesforce Geek as well. And now here. Over to you, Subham. So,
Okay, so thank you so much, Rohit, for the opportunity to speaking on your channel. So, right, as you told me, like my name is Shubham Bharadwaj, and I work in Daysworks, and I also run a YouTube channel named Salesforce Geek. So, in today's session, what we are going to learn is all about record triggered flows, right? I will try to take some use cases which can enhance or basically showcase your or enhance your Salesforce flow knowledge in terms of record triggered flows, as because we know record triggered flows are quite new, right? So yeah, so in today's session, it's going to be like a very practical session, right? I don't believe in making PPTs and all. I just try to like uh, complete use cases. So that's the same which we are going to see in today's session. So So let's start with our today's agenda, which is record triggered flows. So let me just tell you, as you see, like record triggered flows, right? If I break the term record and triggered, so basically it will Salesforce flow will work on record whenever it's triggered, right? Now, when I say triggered, so it will take DML operations, right? You can say insert, update, and delete. So our record triggered flow work on insert operation, update operation, and delete operation. Let's say if someone in Salesforce creates a record and we want to do something automatically without any like we need to click on a button or we need to click somewhere else, right? It's just automatically. If the record meets the criteria, or let's say how we configure our flow, so it will automatically run, right? So after this, let me just show you what I actually mean in terms of practical way, right? Let me just duplicate this tab. Yeah, let me just go to account. Rohit, also the screen is not visible fully, so can you please maximize it and remove the speaker section if you can?
yes. So let me try.
So right now, as you can see, we are in account tab, and let's say if I am going to click on new, and here you can see account name. Account name is a mandatory field, right? So let's say I'm going to type test, and on click of save, if I have some record triggered flows in my org, they will run, right? They will run. Uh, yeah. So if we have any record triggered flows in our org, so they will run. And what I'm going to say, let's say I created a scenario whenever I'm going to create a record, I just want if email or you can say website is not populated, right? So let's say if industry is not populated, I need to provide industry over there. Industry is a pick list, right? So this is the simple one. This is the simple one which you can update, right? So the thing is, I am going to build a flow for this. Let me just go to the new flow, and I'm going to click on record triggered flow and click create. So now for this kind of scenario where we need to populate some value over this account while creating a new record, right? What I can do is I have two options in record triggered flows. If I click on the start element and click on edit, here you will see, first of all, we need to select the object, right? On which object we are going to write our trigger. When to configure your flow, right? A record is updated, a record is created or updated, or a record is deleted. And as I say, like your trigger will work on your DML operations, whether it's create, update, and you can say created or deleted, right? Now, after this, you will see condition requirement. The record should meet a particular criteria, right? Let's say if you want to only update a particular record, if the annual revenue is greater than $10,000 or whatever it is, it's up to you. So as you can see, new formula for condition. This is a new update. This is the new update in this release, which is summer 22, right? So because I'm in a pre-release org right now, so that's why you are seeing this option here, right? Like after this, you have two options: fast field updates and action and related records. Now you will see what fast field update means. So it means whenever you are going to create a record in Salesforce, right? Whenever you are going to create a record in Salesforce, it will basically update it or update or make changes to the record before saving that record into the database. What I mean, let's say I'm going to create a new record as account, right? In account, I'm going to provide a value, let's say test, and I created a flow which works on before save update, and it will automatically change the value of the annual revenue to 10,000 before saving the record into the database, right? I will also let you know what I exactly mean, right? So let's say I am going to choose fast field updates for now, and let me just click on done. Okay, I need to select object as well. So I'm going to select account over there, and let me just click on done again. Yeah, so this is the basic flow. And now if you want to change the value of that particular record, you have two options in your like before save update. Either you can use the update triggering record element, or you can use the assignment element. I will show you both ways, right? So I'm going to select update triggering record. So let's provide a label, change annual revenue. Now, here you can see use the account record that triggers the flow. And also you will find a note, because this flow runs before a record is saved. You can only update the record that triggers the flow to run. Now, when I run this flow, right, new account. So what will happen? Let me just do one thing. Yeah. So when I'm going to create this record, right, it will take as like annual revenue is not populated. So what I need to do is create a annual revenue field over there, right? I mean, not a field, like I need to populate the annual revenue field. So for this, what I'm going to do in my flow, I'm going to use here the field which is like industry, or you can say annual revenue for now, for better clarity. And I'm just going to provide a 10,000 here, right? So let's say I'm going to click on done, save my flow label, let's say update annual revenue, and I'm going to click on save. Let me just activate this flow just to show you what this will done. Now you will see in the new account, I did not provide any annual revenue, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to click on save and go to details. Here you will see annual revenue is automatically populated because we have a before save flow in our Salesforce org, right? Which says whenever a record is going to be created, which record? Account record. Now we don't have any entry conditions for now. We can provide, right? Now we have two options: fast field update and action and related records, which I will come like in a 5 to 10 minutes. What exactly they mean? And simply I configured this flow, right? This is a very basic flow which help you understand, okay, what exactly you are doing. So let's say now what you want, if you want to do this, do the same thing with the help of assignment element. Let's say I'm going to delete this annual revenue, or you can say update record element. You can do the same with the help of assignment element. Now let's say update annual revenue and variable. Now you will see in variable, you will see a record global variable. This record global variable store the current record which going to trigger the flow. So as you can see, let's say if I go to accounts again, if I click on new and I am going to create this record, let's say Salesforce Geek Private Limited, right? So I am going to save this flow, right? On at the time of save, the record global variable, which you can see right here, right? This record global variable will store all the values, or you can say the whole record inside this global variable. And this is automatically like standard way, right? So if you want to change the value of that record, you need to select this record global variable, right? And if you want to change the particular value of this record, what you just need to provide with the help of dot notation, provide annual revenue over there equals 10,000, right? Or let's say I'm going to make it 100 so that you will see the difference at the time of save. I'm going to save this flow again and activate it. Now, in the record time, I'm going to save my flow again and go to details. Here you will see this time annual revenue changed to 100. So now you know that, okay, Shubham, we can use update assignment element over there, or update record element over there. So when to use update record element and when to use assignment element? My answer is you can use anything which you want. Update record element is just to demonstrate you that you can also change the values with the help of update record element, because earlier when this feature launched, right, like before save launch, only assignment element is there, no update record element is available to us, right? And because if some of you have developer background, you probably know that in the before updates we cannot make any DML operations, right? Like you cannot update, you cannot create, right? I'm talking about creation, right? And the thing is, I will let you know what it is. So in the before one, where you can say fast field update, basically whenever you need, so when to use fast field update, when to use action and related records. Now I'm going to answer this question. Whenever you need to update the values of the same record which triggers the flow, every single time you need to use fast field updates. Although you can do the same thing with the help of action and related record, right? But it is a best practice and it's a recommended way that you should use fast field updates because the execution time is very less as compared to action and related records. Because in action and related records we need to use a update record element, or you can say we need to make a update operation, or you can say update DML basically. So to make it faster, always use fast field updates whenever you need to change the value of a particular record which triggers the flow. Now, if I talk about action and related records, when to use action and related records, you need to use action and related record when there is you want to send email, you want to send a custom notification, or let's say you want to update the related records. Let's say I have an account, right? I want to update the contacts, all the contacts, right? So in these conditions you need to use action and related records. Let me tell you the reason. Let's say I am going to use a record is created, and whenever I'm going to create an account, right now it will say whenever an account is created, you also need to create related contact with them, right? Now the thing is, this flow which is before save flow work on before save, right? The record is not saved into the database yet, so that means we did not get the ID, right? If we don't get the ID, how you are going to relate contact with the particular record, right? So in this case, what you can do, you can simply configure a particular, you can say action and related records, and like whenever an account is created, a contact is also created along with that. So we are going to create that scenario as well. So for now, let me just change my flow to action and related record, and same I am going to configure my flow on when a record is created, right? Let me just click on done again, and this time delete this element. Now you know whenever an account is created, I need to create a contact. So what I am going to use here, create record element. And one more thing which I want to let you know, if you go to the edit on the start element and you select fast field update here, let's say, right? If I go to the plus button, you will see you don't have any option other than get record element or update record element. That means you cannot even make a create record from before save update, right? Because you don't even have the elements available for that. And it's the same reason why these elements are not available to you, right? So for that, what we need to do is click on edit and click on action and related records and click done. After this, just you need to use a create record element. Let's say create contact. Now, how many records to create? We want to create only a single record, right? And now you will see how to set the record fields. So I am going to use separate resources and literal values because I'm going to populate like respective fields. In object, I'm going to select contact and now provide the values which you want to populate. So first of all, as I want to relate this account to relate this contact to a particular account, right? So I need an account ID for that, right? Now you know that whenever a record triggers the flow, it will store in the global record variable. So I'm going to use here record global variable dot ID. Now this is the simple thing which you need to do. Now one more thing, you know that contact has a last name field which is mandatory, right? So we also need to populate that last name of that contact. So I'm going to provide here, let's say test for now, and just going to click on done. Let me just click on save as and hit save again. Let's activate it, and now let's move to the accounts. I'm going to click on create a new record, right? So let's say Salesforce Geek LTD. Now you will see I only uh, provide a name of the account, right? I did not create any contactors as such. When I am going to click on save, you will see a contact is created over there which has name test, right? If I click on this test and go to the detail section, here you will see name is populated with the test, and if I break the name, you will see test is in the last name. Account is Salesforce Geek Limited because we map only the two values over there, which is field, account ID, and last name. So that's how you can create related records, right? Now let's say if you also want to send email after this creation of contact, right? And you want to send the email to the owner. So what you can do for this, just click on the plus button and here you will see send email alert. So we have two ways in Salesforce flow to send email. Either you can like with the help send email with the help of send email alert. For that, first of all, you need to create a template. Then you need to use that template in your Salesforce email alert, and then use that email alert into the flow. Also, we have one more option to send email. Let's simply go to the action and type send email, right? And let's click on the label as send email. Now in the body, if you want to create a dynamic body, simply click on the plus new resource and go to the text template. I'm going to provide a, let's say, body. And now if you want to provide a dynamic message, let's say the account is created. And if you want to provide the name of the account, so let's say simply go to the insert a new resource. And obviously, as I told you, so whenever you need to create a particular, whenever you need to get the values of the record which triggers the flow, you will find that values under the record global variable. Just go to the record and simply type name. So here you will see the account, then you will find the name of the account is created and assigned to you. So this is the simple dynamic message which I want to send to the owner of the record. Let me just click on done. And in the subject, I'm going to say account created. Now you have email address. Basically, if you have a like bunch of emails, right, and you want to provide email load of emails over there, you can create a collection variable and store all the email over there, and simply click on this toggle and provide the collection variable here. Now, simply if you want to provide send it to the like respective users, simply you can provide a comma separated emails. So here I am going to provide a dynamic email with the again with the help of record global variable. So this time let's say record dot owner dot email. Now you will see rich text formatted body, right? So as we are providing a dynamic message in our email, simply you need to click on this toggle and type true, so that your email will not contain any HTML tags over there. For now, let me just click on this false, right? And let's say now you will see sender address. If I did not provide any sender address to anyone, what it will take, it will simply take the organization by default address. Let me just click on done and save my flow and activate it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another record. So let's say I'm going to create a new account, SFDC Hunt, and I'm going to save this record. Go to details. Here you can see account name is SFDC Hunt. If I go to the related one, you can see again contact is created with the name of test. And if I check email, here you can see a email is came to me. You can also see the body of the email, but it contains the paragraph HTML tags, right? So to remove these, what we need to do is simply go to the flow again, go to the send email action, and click on this toggle and type true into the rich text formatted body. Just click on done again and hit save as and activate your flow again. Let me just go to the accounts and let's create one more account to demonstrate you what change it will make into the email. So let's say type Shubham and save this record. Again, a related contact is created, and if I go back to the org and refresh my email, yeah, till now I did not receive any email. It may be some delay or something, right? So yeah. So that's how you can send email, right? With the help of Salesforce record triggered flow. The only thing is the thumb rule basically, you need to select action and related records, right? So I think I received the email. Let me just refresh it. So yeah, here you can see the account name, the account Shubham is created and assigned to you. Now you will see those HTML tags are removed from the body, right? So that's how, because that's the reason you need to click on this on that toggle and simply type true over there. If I provide you more use cases, I am going to build one more flow, and this time I'm going to build my flow on update. So let's say if I go to the account, let's say, let me check if I have some account which have address populated. So let's say if I go to the Burlington Textile Corp of America and go to the detail section, here you can see 525. This is the billing address, right? So what I want, whenever I make some changes to this billing address, right, it will also change the address of the contact billing address, or you can say shipping contact mailing address, right? So this is the basic scenario which I am going to take. Whenever you are going to make changes to the account address, you need to change the same address to the all related contact mailing address. So to build this flow, I need to configure start element first. So as this record is going, as this trigger is going to be run on update, right? Whenever I am going to update a particular account record and want to change the address of those of the record, that time. So now as we have the condition requirement, right? So I am going to select or, and here I need to select basically billing address, or you can say billing city, because billing address is a mix of lot of fields, right? Let's say billing street, billing postal code, similarly street and country. Now in the operator, as we are checking whether these fields are changed or not, so we have an operator called is changed. For all of them, I'm going to use is changed. And in the value, I'm going to type true. So simply in this condition, I'm checking that I need to run my flow if any of the condition is met, and the change basically if a user change anything, like he changed city, postal code, or anything else in the address field, right? So simply I'm going to provide true onto the right hand side. Again, let me just click on done. Now I need to change my flow, so let's delete these elements. Now my task is to update all the related records, or updated all the related contacts basically. with the same address as we have on the updated account. So I have an update record element over there, right? So what I'm going to say, update all related contacts. Now again, I'm going to select my condition, which is a specify condition to identify records and set fields individually. Here I need to select object, which is contact. And in the field, I need to provide where account ID equals to, again, as we have an account which triggers the flow, so record global variable will store the account. And if we want to fetch the account ID, what we need to do is record, which is account dot ID equals to account ID. So that means for all the contacts that met the criteria account ID equals to record.id, which is account ID basically, we'll fetch all the contacts. And what field we need to update, right? We need to update the billing address. So sorry, mailing address. So let's say I'm going to type street first, mailing street, postal code, state, similarly country, and one more thing is city. And from which values we need to map? We need to map with the account record billing address. Simply, as I told you, that a record global variable will store the current record, right? So I need to select a record dot street. Here you can say billing street, record global variable dot postal code. Same for mailing state. Similarly for country. And similarly for the city. Right now I map everything, right? Let me just click on done and our flow is created. Let me just save this flow and hit activate. Let me just go back to the account. So let me show you one thing. For now, you will see the same billing address is here. You will see on the related record as the same because these are the standard records, right? Let me just click on details. Here you will see the same address you will see on the contact as well. So let's say I'm going to make changes on the account billing address. I'm going to change the complete address basically. So let's say for billing street, I'm going to make Tarni Street, city as Mumbai, billing state, you can say Maharashtra, postal code, let's say something different, and country, let's say India. So I completely changed the billing address, right? Let me just click on save. Here you will see billing address is changed, right? So I need to check whether the address of the contacts are changed or not. Let me just go to details and check there as well. So here you can see mailing address of the contact is also changed, which say Thane Street, Mumbai, Maharashtra, this postal code, and country is India. So we built a very simple flow again with the help of Salesforce record triggered flow. And which flow? Action and related record. So I told you, whenever you need to send some email, send custom notification, or you need to work on related records, right? You need to use action and related records. And if you want to just update the values of the record which triggers the flow, you need to select the past field updates. So this is one of the very basic scenario, right? Now let's say what I'm going to do. I'm going to create some more scenarios for you so that you will get the basic understanding. So let's say we also want, whenever our account is going to change the mailing address, right? We also want to create a chatter post onto the owner feed, or you can say contact, or you can say account feed, right? So let's say on Burlington Textile, we made the change for this address, right? So we also want to create a chatter post which will say the address, the billing address is changed from this to this, right? So let me just go to the record triggered flow. I'm going to use, again, if I want to make a chatter post, we have actions in Salesforce flow, and in action you simply type post to chatter. Here you will see post to chatter option. Just click on it and type label post to chatter. That's it. Now in the message, again, I'm going to build a dynamic message, right? Let me just click on new resource, and I'm going to click on text template. Let's say message, and in the body, I'm going to type the billing address of account. In of account, I'm going to type account name, so I'm going to use record dot account name. Is changed from. Now after this, I'm going to provide value. Let's say earlier values, and in the earlier values, what I'm going to type, let's say city, country, state, street, and our postal code. Right? So as I want them to be dynamic, I need to use. So here you will see earlier, right? So we need to provide the previous values of the record. So again, as we have the record variable in our Salesforce flow, we have record prior. So in record prior, it will store the old values of the same record, right? So if I select record prior over there and simply, sorry, record prior dot city, let's say, I'm going to simply copy this and paste it in the city. So here you can see record prior dot city. So similarly, you will find the other values. Let's say record prior dot country, right? Sorry, I need to simply, yeah. And in the same way, you need to select the other state as well, right? Like state, street, postal code. So these will bring the old values of the record. Let me just copy and paste these. I can change the dot values after that. So let's say billing street, state, billing city. And for postal code, I need to check. So let me just select this. Record global variable. postal code, billing postal code. So yeah, here it is, billing postal code. So as I provide the earlier values, I also want to provide the changed values, right? So let's say type current values, and inside this, again, I'm going to simply copy paste just to save time, right? And instead of record prior, I am simply going to make it record. Everything remains same, right? So now we created a very dynamic message, right? Let me just click on done. Now you will see target name or ID to which record you want to basically make a target, right? So what I'm going to type here, I'm simply going to provide the record ID. I want this to be on account chatter post. If you want to post on a particular community, right, like experience now, my name is changed to experience. So if you want to create a chatter post on a particular community or something, right, so you can simply select this toggle and type through over there, right, or provide the community ID basically. So for now, as we are not providing anywhere else, so simply in the target type. So in target type, I forgot I forget what I need to type, right? So simply what I'm going to use Google here, right? So let's type post to chatter action in Salesforce flow. So the reason of the doing Google, right? So that you can also know how a person basically create a record. I'm not perfect, right? Because I also make mistakes and all. So simply I want to know like how to do how you can Google things and simply check it uh, over there and simply build your solution. So as I forgot what I need to type in the uh, target type, right? So you can simply see required only if target name or ID is set to a username or chatter group name. Like if you want to create a chatter post on a particular user record, right, or if you want to make a chatter post on a particular chatter group, then only you need to type user. If you are providing this chatter post on a particular user chatter post, then you need to type user, and if you want to make it on group, then you need to simply provide the group over there. I will let you know both these conditions, right? Although I know what I need to type, I simply just let you know that how to do things in Salesforce flow. If you forgot something, just Google it and do the thing. Let me just go to the flow again. And as I simply type the record ID over there, I did not provide any user ID. I did not provide any, you can say, group ID. So I don't need to provide this target type. And simply I'm going to click on done. Let me just save this flow and hit activate. So let's say again I'm going to the Burlington Textile Corp, right, and go to the details. And this time I am going to change the billing city to, let's say, Jaipur, and the billing state, let's say, Rajasthan. So I'm going to simply click on save. So as you know, the address, billing address is changed, and basically we write you can say we write a trigger, right? Like whenever any of the condition is met, we need to run our flow. And in the right hand side, you will see this beautiful message which contain paragraphs and all, like basically HTML tags, right? So how to get rid of this? The reason I did not correct you in a first go, because you are also going to make the same mistake. And if I correct, like by doing the same mistake in this demo, you will never forget this, right? So to remove this, or you can say to get rid of this kind of post, what you need to do is simply go to the message variable, click on edit, and select here view as plain text. Now you will see it is changed from something very beautiful to this, right? Now simply what you need to do, correct your body and remove these HTML tags. Just make sure you are on the view as plain text, right? So I don't know why this problem, but it is a problem. So this is the only solution which I find till now. If you have any kind of other solution, just let me know so that I can also learn. So I'm just going to make it correct. Let me just remove all the HTML tags, or do one thing, go to the rich text, copy this. I'm doing foolish thing. So just go here and simply paste this, right? And you will see view as plain text. I just need to remove spaces now. Yeah, and street to this. Similarly for current values. Yeah, we are good. And let me just click on done, and again save, click on save as, and activate our flow. Now let's say again I'm going to make change in this time. I'm going to change the postal code. Let me just click on save, and this time you will see, if I expand this post, you will see the billing address of the Burlington Textile Corp of America is changed from earlier values. So these are the earlier values. Here you can see postal code is 234543, and the current, which is 234542, right? So that's how you can do a chatter post. Now I also want to let you know what I mean by like group or user, right? So let's say you don't want to make a chatter post on a particular record detail page. You want that account owner is Shubham Bharadwaj, right? So you want that this chatter post should be on the user record, right? Right now you will see Burlington Textile Corp of America, but you don't want to provide it on Burlington Textile Corp of America. You just want to make a post simply on Shubham Bharadwaj. Then how you can do that? Let me just copy the ID of the Shubham, or we can make provide it dynamically. Either in the target name or ID, you can simply paste this, or what you can do is again record global variable dot owner dot sorry owner ID. Select owner ID over there, right? Now you provide a user ID basically. So in the target type, you need to provide user. Simply type user and click done. Hit save, and let's activate our flow. So let's go to the same account, make a duplicate, and go to the account. Let's for some another account, right? Choose some different account this time. Let's say Dickinson PLC. And in the details, I'm going to change the billing address. Let's say I'm going to change the country from USA to India. Let me just hit save. You can say address is changed, right? Now you don't see any chatter post to this particular account record, right? Because we switch our chatter post action from posting a chatter post on account to user. Let me also show you that related contact address is also changed. Let me just go to details, and here you will see country is changed to India. And again, now if I go to the Shubham Bharadwaj this time, here you will see earlier we have on account then on Shubham, right? Now we have a chatter post directly on Shubham Bharadwaj user record. Now one more thing which I want to tell you, you can also see this group, right? Now let's say you don't want to uh, provide a post a chatter box on a particular user record. You don't want to make a chatter post on, let's say, record. You want to make a chatter post on a chatter group. So first of all, we need to create a group, right? Because I don't think so we have any group in this org, because it's quite yeah. So if I go to chatter, or type group over here, let's click on view all and look for group or something. Yeah, here you can see groups. So now I'm going to create a new group, right? So let's say account activity. Let me just click on save as. Okay, we need to provide SS type. Let's say I'm going to make a public group and click on save and next. Next. Let's say I will also add these two users. Now the group is created, right? Now again, let me just copy this ID for now, just to let you know how you can how you are going to configure the same into your Salesforce flow. So let's move to our flow. Yeah, here it is. So this time I'm going to make a chatter post on our group, right? So for now, I'm going to directly copy paste this ID. Let me just click on done. Sorry, instead of user, we need to type here group. Let me just click on done and click on save as. Again, save and activate this. So let's say now if I'm going to make changes to any particular record, let's say go to account. Sorry. And let's say all account. This time I'm going to make change on edge communication and go to the details. And this time again, I'm going to make change to the country and hit save. So go to the related one. Here you can see we have two contacts. So till now, I only show you that we have only one contact and that one contact is updated, right? Now just let cross verify whether the address is changed for all the contacts. So here you can see India is changed. If I go to the Ross Gonzalez and click on details, here you can also see India is changed. Let me just go to back, and what I'm going to do is also check whether there is a chatter post on that particular group or not. Let me just refresh this. So here you can see chatter post is again made to the same group, which says earlier we have country USA, now we have country as India, right? So our chatter group also work fine. Now the one thing which I want to let you know, in my flow, I hard coded the group ID basically, right? I hard coded this ID. So instead of doing that, you have two options. Either you go to setup, sorry, not setup, just type label. And here you can see custom labels. Click on new custom label. Let's say account activity group. And in value, simply provide the ID and click save. Right? So we need to refresh our flow because so that it can also read the custom label. And inside the action, what you can do instead of this hard-coded ID, you can simply type label, and label inside you will see account activity. So this is the one way you can simply prevent the hard-coded way, right? You can directly, let's say in future, if you want to change the group ID or something, you can directly make change to the label instead of touching your account, touching your flow. This is the one way. And the second way is to use a get record element. let me just sorry. Let me just use a get record element here and type account activity. In the object, you need to type simply group, and now you will see group is a collaboration group and group is a group. So which says collaboration group, we need to select that one because other group is the queue. In Salesforce, queue is referred as group in you can say API terms or whatever. So simply we need to select collaboration group, and here in the you can see filter group records. Now here you need to simply provide the name equals account activity, or if you want to provide any other condition you can, otherwise this will also do the job, and simply click on done. Now in the post to chatter action, instead of label you can select account activity dot id. That's it. Hit done. Hit save. So these are the two ways you can prevent hard coding your flow, and I think we are good with these 3 or 4 use cases. We can create more session in further, like in future, right? So over to you, Rohit. I'm good from my side.
Okay, so thank you, Shubham, for your time, and it's a very nice, good session for us. If you are new in Flow, so you can learn everything in your Salesforce Geek channel related
Yeah.
to the
So
Flow.
let me just show you. So if you go to YouTube, right, and simply type Salesforce Geek over there,
Yep.
you will find around 70 to 80 scenarios related to Salesforce Flow. If you go to the playlist section, here you will see one playlist is especially for record triggered flows. One is for like new features and enhancement. And if you go to the like below, you will see Salesforce Flow Builder. You have 60 tutorials related to Salesforce Flow. And I also create content related to flows, mock interviews, admin stuff, right? So you can check it out if you want. So yeah, that's it. Over to you, Rohit.
Okay, so thank you, Shubham, again. So I have only 2 questions from the audience side. One is like, is
Yep.
fast field like before trigger?
Yeah, kind of before trigger. Exactly, you will get it.
Okay, and second one, like, can record trigger flow be bulkified?
Yeah. So obviously, as you can see, we updated a related records, right? Updated contacts here. So let's say here is a beauty of update record element. I get all the related contacts, right? Let's say for a particular account, we don't get any contact. So this will not fail. Our flow element will automatically figure it out. So yeah, you can definitely make it bulky, like bulkification. You can run on multiple records.
Okay. So that's it. Yeah. So we have done our questions and answer as well, and another session we will arrange soon with the very most important concept in Salesforce, like summer 22 releases, features,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
almost all topics. So please keep in touch and stay tuned. And thank you, Shubham, for your time again. And
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the
thank you,
opportunity.
guys. Yeah. So see ya. Bye bye. Take care.